Hi, everyone. I'm back with another sales tip. This week's tip is stop using illustrations to close your sales. I know there's a lot of flack for that, and I'm okay with that because when you're using illustrations, okay, think about this. When you first got in this business, whether it be a week ago or 30 years ago, when you looked at your first illustration, did you 100% understand what it was illustrating or showing you? If you were one of the brilliant ones, great, I'm happy for you. But most of us, no. Illustrations there's too much information, too much numbers, too many caveats, too many legal mumbo jumbo that it's confusing. So if you're using illustrations to close sales, stop. Find a better way. I've always been subscribed to the principle of the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid, right? Well, it's not keep it simple, stupid, it's keep it simple and sincere, but that's a whole different story from the Kinder brothers. But if you keep it simple for your prospects, you help them understand where they are and what you're doing differently for them, you're going to close more sales. So I've developed a 2-page presentation that we've been using for almost 30 years now. My dad developed years ago that puts in perspective how to close a sale, how to create a simple presentation that makes the prospect want to buy. People buy based on emotion and justify decision based on logic. So does the illustration help you do that? No. Illustration is just the logical numbers behind the presentation. And if you look at the 3 pages of ledgers, the 38-page illustration, trying to go through it creates more questions from the prospect, more objections, open cans of worms you don't want to open. So if you want to close more sales and create a much higher conversion rate, create a presentation that's going to simplify what you're doing. I'm not saying we don't show the illustrations. We have to go through certain parts of the illustration to have that signed and so forth, midpoint guarantees and so forth. We have to cover certain things. But initially, use something different to help you close the sale. Our 2 pages, really simple. It shows you the emotional logic behind the sale and why the client should buy. Okay. And then after you get that commitment from them, answer other questions, handle the objections if you had any, then you can show the illustration here, sign here, here's the numbers that match up and so forth. We have different things we can teach about that. But stop using illustrations. Illustrations are nothing, like Jeff Reeves told me years ago, illustrations are nothing but lies anyways. They're either a little bit higher or a little bit lower than what we project. Okay. But there's too much legal mumbo jumbo. There's too many different rules, different definitions, way too many numbers for the client to understand. And if you're using that to close your sales, you're going to struggle. You're going to create more objections, more headaches that then you have to deal with more problem solving and service work for them. So stop using illustrations, stop using illustrations, stop using illustrations, find a better way to close your sales. You'll be glad you did. All right. Check out my channel for more information on that. Make it a great day.